Again, this is a very fast video because I did this yesterday. I was so fucking tired. Actually slept for a whole 4.5 hours. So, good for me, I guess. Because I stayed up all night and then I did the day. Okay, anyway, fast D type video. Abridged version. I'm not going to do the long version because most of my runs are on stream. So, this boss, Eternal Host, has 2 million HP on Alert 5. Arita Cassia, recommended. Why? Arita seemingly cheeses most bosses nowadays. I don't know what happened, but this works. Arita Cassia, let me go into the thing. Again, I'm trying to make it go as fast as possible. You ungrateful fucks. You don't like my long form videos. But toward view metrics, people like the long explanations, but I'm gonna do this fast. So, use this, auto win. Why? Cassia Image Relic. What does Cassia Image Relic do? Permanent strength down. Just exalt enough on Cassia, you auto win on the boss. That is it. Just go straight to boss, Cassia Image. You don't need any relics. You don't need fucking shit. Look at this. No relics. I went straight to boss after the first mob wave. Man. This team, cancer. Cancer. Did it on stream. Okay, next. Holy shit. I'm so tired. Oh, my voice is fucking... Okay. Need to explain the boss. Oh. Sorry. I'm trying to use it for this. What? Those are no by long. I should let it go over again. Boss. Turn the host. Every point of damage you do to it, he has a sacrifice stack. So the boss actually has less health than it seems. Just divide the boss health by, a third or a half. It's around there. I'm too lazy to look up right now. So Jenkins. Jenkins is actually an easy or hard boss depending on what team you go into it. This Image Relic, very good. This gives you a shit ton of strength. However, it nerfs your shields a little bit. So normally you would run a caster team here, but I use a caster team on the later waves. I'll go over why. This spawns mobs in front of them. So this is a Dominion boss, which is everyone. So teams that go well against this boss, Calf and G Murphy. Extremely well in this boss, or any team that doesn't have high crit rate normally. Why is that the case, Flares? Why is that the case? Because I don't read anything. So this boss, Jenkins, what he or she does is falter. You guys are getting me fucking confused in this gender shit, dude. Okay. She does falter, which is a unique boss mechanic. So after a couple moves, she does a triple hit. Every time you hit her during her triple hit, she will gain 50 strength on Alert 5, which is a lot. A lot of strength gain. Now you can cheese this with Goliath. Why? Goliath can steal all of her strength and then you can one-shot her afterwards. Another way you can do it is when she has falter during certain phases of her attack, you will auto crit on her. Meaning every attack move you use on her that's active damage is an auto crit. So, what does this mean? Calf, you don't need crit rate on Calf. All you running Feast Calf, all you running Defenses Calf, that goes well. You know why? You're going to crit always. You're going to have 100% crit rate on the boss during these phases. Because actually read the boss mechanics. Unlike other people, So, G Murphy goes extremely well. Why? All your tentacles, actually, tentacles, no, passive tentacles. Some tentacles auto crit, some don't. It depends. So, all of the waltzes and shit, auto crit. Easy kill. So, boss 3, Lei. What teams go well against Lei? G-Doll team especially works well against Lei. Lei doesn't really do much to counter this. So, so sorry. Lung issues. Unrelated to the tumor in my neck. So, Lei. She generates huge, big, bonkers shields. Now, normally people use piercing teams, use G Murphy, use other things. You don't really need that. Just run a poison team. Poison teams go especially well against this. Why? In most cases, what happens in a boss, if you're not fucking a dumbass content creator who doesn't actually read the game and doesn't actually tell you guys shit this and have their fucking garbage fucking tier list. When a boss does shield, unless it explicitly says the boss retains shields at end of turn, which some bosses do. Some mobs have an effect that they retain shields, just like in ZZN or other gachas. After the boss acts, or when the boss is acting, the shield falls off, and then your poison ticks. Your poison ticks after the previous turn shields falls off. However, it is after the new turn shields go on. That's how the game mechanic works. So what happens is you have the boss has a giant shield the previous turn. You end turn. The boss is attacking you. The boss's shields falls off. If the boss gains shields from that attack or that move, the shield gets added on, and then your poison triggers. That also, counter also affects somewhere in between, but I don't have it off the top of my head right now, so poison counter also applies, but I know what poison does. So, Way's entire mechanic in phase 1 is after you do damage on her, next turn, she gets a big badonk-gadonk shield based on how much damage you did to her the previous turn. This is not the hard part about Lei. You see it on stream. The hard part about Lei is in phase 2. In phase 2, every breakpoint, it happens 3 or 4 times. Every breakpoint, it basically splits the fight into 3 or 4 phases mentally. In phase 2. I don't know why I'm not going over the replay. I'm going to go over the... No, this is a slow replay. I'm going to go over this while I explain it. I'm going to end it early. Again, it's going to be a long video. So, she does triple hit, and she does the fucking symptoms. You can just ignore it. So, you can bypass this entire mechanic with pierce damage. What units have good piercing damage? Caster Corrosion. Fucking... Caster Corrosion is pierce. The proc on the Corrosion. Arita, good pierce damage. Tulu, good pierce damage. I guess Liz, not that good pierce damage, but it works. But into poison works too if you know, somehow invest in that garbage ass comp. And whatever. I just use Mouchette here because I had a DR team and it works. So it's not gonna get there. So in phase 2, after you do X amount of damage, the boss will get a shield equal to her max HP. In phase 2 alert 5, that is 400,000. So effectively, in phase 2, she has 1.6, maybe 1.2 million HP. I forgot how many times it should trigger. It's 1.6 or 1.2 million extra HP on top of her 400,000 HP. So she has effectively 2 million HP, around there, based on how many times it procs in phase 2. Now, her HP in phase 2 is only 400,000, which is small for a boss on alert 5. So if you have any form of piercing damage, this boss is easy. Or you run poison, because, you know, of how the poison things works. But if you don't, if you're running a pure damage comp, she's going to have more HP again. It doesn't really nerf it. So another team that goes well into this is Gelot. I don't use it because I use Gelot is too strong to waste on a wave 3 boss, in my opinion. Gelot is too strong to waste on a wave 3 boss. Another thing that can bypass this entire mechanic is Gelot. Anytime a unit has this fucking mechanic, like Ogier has this fucking mechanic as well, with the giant shields. Gelot E3 cheeses it, because Gelot is one of the strongest units in the game. Her kit is actually good, unlike Monchet and other teams. Because this This kills and ignores a lot of boss mechanics in the game with Carnage Shield, because it makes the target shield 1. It auto breaks the shield and prevents the shard from gaining shields for the entire turn. So, if you use this on bosses that gain shield, you win. You win, period. It's why, you know, DPS with utility. Surprise, right? Why I rate Mouchette THC tier. So next, Wave 4. I should have used Tawil on Wave 5. That's the harder boss, but I like using Counter on Protector. So, I did Fran boss on stream because it was bugged for the first couple of hours, and Fran was a lot harder. You can see my Fran clear, and then I accidentally reset because I was so fucking tired. I did this Wave 4 Alert 5 4 times because I did it twice. Then I misclicked this fucking reset button. When I clicked the reset button. I picked confirm because I was going too fast. I was trying to finish the D-Tide. And it reset both ways. I had to spend more times double clearing it. So if you are doubting these do not work, I did this twice. Okay, I did this twice on Fran and the other boss. So, Protector. First turn, do not exalt. He will double up his stacks. Second turn, exalt. And exalt on other turns. Whenever you exalt, he gains an extra hit. Do not exalt on big hit phases. On phases where he has, if you push him, he does a neurotoxin. Do that. Push him on those phases. Counter team works especially well against Protector always. So in my Tawil team, I built up 38,000 counter. Sorry, my voice is... I need to prep for this surgery. Yeah. In this, I got counter relics on caster, and that's how I was able to win. It just build counter. This is a counter boss. He hits you a lot. You just live, survive, stall. So, Monette. This is probably the most annoying boss for me. I should have used Tawil for this. How did I win this Alert 5 with Gelot? If you watch the stream, God's plan. Okay? God's plan. God's plan is how I won. If you are out of context, the viewers will all the viewers who watch me on stream just type God's plan. That's how you win this fight with Gelot. God's plan. Gelot does not go well into this boss because he plays a lot of cards. Cath does not go well on this boss. So this is one of the few bosses where fucking garbage units like one-hit polish and stuff works. Because everything you do counts as an action to Mouchette. So after 10 actions, she acts. So I found a way to do it with Caster and Gelot. Gelot is God's plan. This, Zoo carried. If you're doubting Zoo, why I rate Zoo higher than Mouchette and other units, just watch this replay. See how much damage this E0 Zoo does. You know all this poison stack? This is from the relic and Zoo itself. I just played Zoo poison with Caster. This is my new team I discovered, dude. Caster Zoo. This is great. E0 Zoo. Don't need to pull for more. This is great. This is great. Zoo fucking is great. Zoo is great. I'm not gonna raise her up on a tier list. I think she's still B tier. It's so fucking niche, dude. It is so fucking niche right now. So she's B right now unless there's more poison teams she can go into. But it's just good. I like this a lot. So what I found out is there is a couple of bugs with the boss. Okay. I'm not gonna go over this one because this is just God's plan. Okay. So I'm gonna go over this replay. So the rest of the video is this replay because this is the most likely boss any of you guys doing Alert 5 is stuck on. Because this is, if you're doing 2 Alert 5s, if you're doing 1 Alert 5, then this boss is easy because you're using good wheels. But if you're pushing for 425, you know, which no other people who make content does because they're fucking all garbage, then you need to minimize your resources. So only a few comps. Like, I don't recommend wasting, you know, shit on making a unit work. Just play into the boss mechanic. So what I found out which helps the stall caster better. I was generating big badonk-gadonk shields into this. No. You let this hit you raw. okay, when she does Shining Crush, you let her hit you raw, okay, in the paint. Because you don't want to block this and have her scale up this fast. And if you double up her attacks with Wanda, she gains double the strength because she's hitting you more instances. I bring the Wanda because it's Wanda Relic. Wanda Relic is really good. So in this, I just put the weakness. I did this for the weakness. And then you generate as few shields as possible just to live. You want her to hit you raw, okay? The more she hits you raw, so right there, she only hits me one time raw, okay? Only let you hit her one time raw in the paint. So this turn is when you want to shield, use Wanda, or whatever. This or her big hit. Not before. So this, you can shield up. You can protect against Mortal Blast. It's fine. In fact, sometimes you want to go over to Captain Mortal Blast. Because what she does is every time you hit 10 stacks of Fervor, which is every card played, which is dog shit, by the way. I love it. It's so fucking cancer, it's dog shit. So, every Embryo counts as a card. Every Insight counts as a card. Every fucking Riker dice. This is why the Calf Riker team can't even shield against this boss effectively. You have to go pure damage. Why? Every Riker dice counts as a card. Every Karen, every Karen Marvelous Cuisine to give you 1 mana counts as a card. So she directly counters pure traditional Calf teams. So normally I would use Calf on Wave 5, Alert 5. It did not work. Because of that mechanic. Daffodil, this relic is a scam, okay? You think this is Daff? No. Problem with Daff team is you want to play Pikmin cards. You want to play the Embryos to fill up her Overexalt. Every Embryo counts as a card. So this is the big hit. The big hit, fragile, you just remove it with Erica. So this is the one big hit, you get the big shield here. And whatever, I think I proc a DR here, or I proc a DR later. So, she does this Shining Tornado big hit, and then she recycles. She buffs, and then she recycles. So she has a very simple rotation compared to other bosses. It's only like 4 moves. So this, you shield this up fully, or you proc a DR. It's one of the two. And then she gets you to fragile, and next turn it recycles, yeah. So it's a Shiny Crush, where if you absolutely have to, you let her hit you raw on the Shiny Crush. If you can't avoid that, you then shield up as minimal amount as possible while strength downing her. So I'm just strength downing her right now, and this is just Zoo Poison. Zoo is doing a lot right now with the Poison Trigger. I'm counting with the Counting Relic, whatnot, so I recommend play caster. So you always want a little damage to touch you raw. So you want to let her touch you raw, okay? So this one, unfortunately, she does not touch me raw, so she gets massive strength. Look at this. This is bad. So on Mortal Blast turn, then you showed up. So that's how you do this with Stall. And you kill her slowly with poison. So again, I'm gonna drink some water while I finish this explanation. So again, the thumbnail is gonna be a bit late because I'm gonna be at work because I can't change the thumbnail. Hopefully you guys watch the video without the fucking thumbnail, but some of you guys like the thumbnail. I'm gonna use AI because these D-type videos are unpopular. So many few people use them. So I'm not gonna bother telling my thumbnail guy to make a thumbnail for these videos because you have to make a thumbnail every fucking week. I'm just waiting till the replay catches up to the big thing I'm gonna show you guys. Holy shit. So again, this video is going slightly longer. This is the only D-type video this week because I already streamed and I need to work on editing the interview. I need to prep for other stuff, IRL stuff. So, next D-tie should be back to usual pace. I'm gonna do 2 D-tie videos, a long form and a short form. This one is the only D-tie you're getting this week. So this is the first DR proc. That's fine. Why did I let that DR proc go? Because you need this extra turn in order to scale on a stall or any poison team. If you let her hit you, you don't need to proc the DR, but you need to push her. This is what I do on counter poison comps. If you're running a counter or a poison comp, or even any comp in particular, you want the boss to push via poison or counter. Why? You get a free turn. Because if they push on their turn, you get a free turn where they're invuln and they do nothing. So she's doing nothing right now. And this turn, she can still gain stacks. So you can scale up and play your cards without focusing on having to attack or survive. So you can do whatever you want. Take a chill break. So this stall turn gets me another turn to build up good cards in Ultra turn. Build up poison stacks. Build up counter. Use all these embryos. And clear my hand and reset for the next phase. So this turn is very helpful. This is why counter and poison teams have a benefit of having this extra turn. If you're playing counter and poison, you're not doing this to bosses. You're playing counter and poison teams wrong, period. Because that extra turn is so valuable. So, we're killing her at turn 9 because we're killing her the next phase. So, I'm just doing Mistbound Bow. I'm just nerfing her this turn. See how much poison Zoo triggered? Yeah, this is E0 Zoo. People are like, oh, what? How does your E0 Zoo? Because I actually know how to play the game unlike other people did. You have to know how to fucking rate units. She's very good at low investments. So yeah, she's a pretty good unit. So she's at 9 stacks again, 10 stacks. So a funny thing about Ultra Turn, you don't see here, but you see it on stream. Ultra Turn, you can get up to 11 stacks. So I could have played one more card there in Ultra Turn, and she wouldn't have acted. So that's a bug or intended mechanic. You can get up to 11 stacks in Ultra Turn. Why? I don't know. It happens on stream a lot when I was trying to do this boss for work. It happened on stream a lot. So this is the burst turn you want to kill her on a stall or any comp. Why? Because after a Mortal Blast, she does another Mortal Blast. And you just shield up. So I'm going to double up with Wanda. And I'm going to show you how I did this combo to kill. So it's a quite good combo. So I did this Rouse card to double up her attacks and reduce the strength. And by the way, Wanda's Exalt is permanent doubled for the entire turn. So if you're running a counter, I didn't build a counter team. If I did, it probably would have been easier. Why? Wanda's Exalt 10 stack is fucking permanent for the entire turn, no matter how many times she acts. So, look, it makes her attacks 4, and it nerfs the damage. So she's going to hit 4 times into our counter. So I'm going to purposely trigger it. And look, it's still unnerfed 4. The effect is still on her this entire turn. So during the turn where you Wanda Exalt 10 option, you can keep the fucking buff on indefinitely. I can't do it much when my HP and shield is not, but if you were to build a counter team, a real counter team, you can just make her hit you a trillion times with Mortal Blast over and over again with the nerfed 4 hit. And you just kill her with counter on this turn. It is great. It is great. So boom, boom, boom. And yeah, she dies. So yeah, that is basically it. What I have to tell you about this team. Or you use big one-hit damage combos. But I think counter and the damage sheets is pretty fun. I think the easiest team side of one-hit is fuck this relic. This relic's fucking bait, dude. All the fucking poison comps that are fucking meta actually plays the fucking cards, dude. Wanda. The Wanda trick for her Mortal Blast, if you manage to get counter relics. I should have used Blue Will on this. I should have used Blue Will on this in hindsight. But Wanda, with the whole trick, that's a permanent turn. As long as you keep triggering her attacking you, she just hits you over and over again. And nerf, double up. Don't use it on the Shining Crush. Use it on the Mortal Blast turn. So, on phase 2, it is great. It is great. So, shield Wanda. Get counter relics instead of poison relics. Again, this is bait. I can't tell what. This is bait, dude. Okay, end the video. See you guys next.